Bashar Assad toured eastern Ghouta for the first time in 5 years. The Syrian army has established firm control over a majority of the Damascus suburb. Meanwhile, Turkish President Erdogan pledged to expand his invasion into northern Syria, although U.S. forces are stationed nearby. Dan Cohen has the latest.
More than 25,000 people fled jihadist-occupied areas of eastern Ghouta on Sunday. Since the beginning of the campaign to liberate eastern Ghouta, at least 70,000 people have fled to government-held territory, according to data from the Russian Defense Ministry. Syrians who fled the fighting said the militants hoarded food and aid and described horrendous living conditions as they were forbidden from leaving their homes.
Most of the time, we didn't have food to eat. We spent the last month living underground like rats. We were prevented from leaving our basement, even for a second. We are supposed to get a carton of food, but militants only gave us a few grams for the whole family and told us to share it.
Some described being used as human shields by jihadist fighters.
They came to the neighborhood and started shooting. We couldn't tell them to leave. They used us as human shields. They didn't let us leave our homes.
Syrian President Bashar Assad toured the liberated areas of eastern Ghouta. There he met with frontline soldiers and civilians who had escaped into government-held territory. Meanwhile, Turkish forces backed by so-called Free Syrian Army fighters have taken control of Afrin city in northern Syria as the overmatched Kurdish People's Protection units evacuated to safety. In Afrin city, Turkish soldiers and FSA fighters planted flags on public buildings and tore down a famous statue in the city center. This video depicts militants destroying a shrine belonging to the Yazidi sect. Turkish President Erdogan pledged to expand the military operation to other Kurdish-held areas of northern Syria and Iraq, including Manbij, where U.S. forces are stationed, setting up a potential clash between NATO allies.
By taking Afrin's town center under control, we have left behind Operation Olive Branch's most important phase.
Meanwhile, Syrian Kurds of Afrin accused Turkey of carrying out a campaign of ethnic cleansing and pledged to wage an insurgency against Turkish forces.
Therefore, our war against the Turkish occupation and the non-believers, known as the Free Army, has entered a new phase.
In Washington, Dan Cohen, RT.